Chairman. Mr. Zuckerberg, I thank you for agreeing to testify before the House and Senate committees. I know it's a long and grueling process, and I appreciate your cooperation. I'm a mathematician that spent 20 years in industry and government developing technology, including algorithms. Moreover, my constituents are impacted by these issues, so I'm deeply committed and invested here. I'm going to follow up on an earlier question. Is there currently a place that I can download all of the Facebook information about me, including the websites that I have visited?
Yes, Congressman. We have a download your information tool. We've had it for years. You can go to it in your settings and download all of the content that you have on Facebook.
Well, my staff just this morning downloaded their information and their browsing history is not in there. So are you saying that Facebook does not have browsing history?
Congressman, that would be correct. If we don't have content in there, then that means that you don't have it on Facebook, or you haven't put it there.
So I'm not quite on board with this. Is there any other information that Facebook has obtained about me, whether Facebook collected it or obtained it from a third party, that would not be included in the download?
Congressman, my understanding is that all of your information is included in download your information.
Okay, I'm going to follow up with this afterwards. Mr. Zuckerberg, you indicated that the European users will have GDPR protections on May 25th, and American users will have those similar protections. When will the American users have those protections?
Congressman, we're working on doing that as quickly as possible. I don't have the exact date yet.
So it will not be on May 25th?
We're working on it.
Thank you. Your company and many companies with an online presence have a staggering amount of personal information. The customer is not really in the driver's seat about how their information is used or monetized. The data collectors are in the driver's seat. Today, Facebook is governed by weak federal privacy protections. I've introduced legislation that would help address these issues. The My Data Act would give the FTC rulemaking authority to provide consumers with strong data privacy and security protections. Without this kind of legislation, how can we be sure that Facebook won't continue to be careless with users' information?
Well, Congressman, let me first just set aside that my position isn't that there should be no regulation.
Correct.
But regardless of what the laws are that are in place, we have a very strong incentive to protect people's information. This is the core thing that Facebook is about 100 billion times a day, people come to our service to share a photo or share a message or something.
Well, I hear you saying this, but the history isn't there. So I think we need to make sure that there's regulations in place to give you the proper motivation to stay in line with data protection. One of the problems here in my mind is that Facebook's history, the privacy, user privacy and security have not been given as high priority as corporate growth, and you've admitted as much. Is Facebook considering changing its management structure to ensure that privacy and security have sufficient priority to prevent these problems in the future?
Congressman, this is an incredibly high priority for us. When I was saying before that the core use of the product every day, about 100 billion times, is that people come and try to share something with a specific set of people, that works because people have confidence that if they send a message, it's going to go to the person that they want. If they want to share a photo with their friends, it's going to go to the people who they want. That's incredibly important. We've built a robust privacy program. We have a chief privacy officer.
That's a little bit off track from what I'm trying to get at. The privacy protections clearly failed in a couple of cases that are high profile right now. And part of the blame that seems to be out there is that the management structure for privacy and security don't have the right level of profile in Facebook to get your attention to make sure that they get the proper resources.
Gentleman's time's expired. Chair recognizes